Hello everybody, this is Jen from Scrapping Posh, and I am here today to share with you my 4x4 mini album tutorial. And we are going to start with the cover, and it's going to be a tutorial all by itself because the rest of the album designs are interchangeable with this cover. So you want to start with a piece of 12 by 12 paper, and you want to begin by cutting a 5 by 10 strip at the top, and then a 3 1/4 by 11 1/4 strip, and then in that bottom right hand corner you should have enough for a 5 by 3 1/4 square. So I've already cut these out on the cameo silhouette, and I'm going to bring those papers forward. If you have a cameo silhouette, please go to my blog. Check out www.scrappingposh.blogspot.com. Go to the free downloads, and this file is available for you. Not only this, but this file with every page design. So this file isn't separately labeled as cover. It is in the mini album A, B, C, and D designs. So you see I have two pieces of chipboard that measure 4 by 4 1/4 here, and one piece that measures 2 by 4, along with the dimensions of the papers that I have already mentioned to you and that are on that 12 by 12 there. Now I am going to start here with the hinge, and the hinge, the first score line is at 1 inch, and then you're going to do a score line at two half inch after that, and then a 1/4 inch, and it goes on so forth. It's 1 inch for the part that you tape to the binding to the chipboard, and then a half inch, 1/4 inch, half inch, 1/4 inch, half inch, 1/4 inch, and then another 1 inch on the back side. And this is a typical hidden hinge, and it is Kathy Orta's design, but she has publicized it since she came out with it. So I feel that it's okay to share this. Now, as far as the hinge goes, the two half-inch sections get put together for your hinge, and then the 1/4 inch gutter, and then a half-inch section gets glued together, and then the 1/4 inch gutter. And I feel okay using my ATG gun to put those half-inch sections together because there's not anything that's pulling those apart. As long as you use an extremely strong adhesive to hold that hinge onto the chipboard and then to hold the pages onto the hinge, you'll have sufficient coverage. And this is such a small album, there's not a whole lot of torque on it. So once those are all glued together, we'll have 8 hinges. And then you take those hinges and you cut a triangle off, or cut it at a diagonal, leaving about an 1/8 inch from the bottom section. I'm trying to show you there. It's kind of hard to see, but what that allows is when you put the page over the hinge, it usually sticks up off of the book about 1/8 of an inch because you didn't cut that bottom part, and it just lets the pages fall flatter. So after those are all complete, you just kind of wiggle the spine around and try and loosen it up a little bit. This is not going to be available as a PDF on my blog for those of us who don't have a cameo silhouette, because it's a 12 by 12 piece of paper and I can't get it to scan because I don't have a 12 by 12 scanner. So hopefully the slow motion thing that I did at the front of this video, and the still shot is enough to get you the information that you need on this. And if not, just text, or not text, comment on the video, and I'll get you the information that you need. Now, the 5x10 and the 5x3 1/4 piece get score taped together to create the cover of the book. Those overlap by 1 inch. And on the silhouette file, you'll see that I actually made a little mark at the 1 inch point so that you know where to tape that on to make the full 5x12 3/4 piece of paper. So I'm just going to use my mat there to line up the 2 pieces of paper to make sure that I get them on straight. So now essentially what you're, like I said before, what you're trying to get at is a piece of 5 inch by 12 3/4 long piece of paper to cover your chipboard. And it doesn't really matter what side you turn it on. The only thing you really want to do is make sure that that seam is on the back. And you're only going to be able to see about an 1/8 inch on either side once it's covered. So along the inside of the chipboard, I just put ATG tape, and then I use score tape all around the sides of the chipboard on all 4 sides. And I'm going to speed this up because it is redundant. And then I also put score tape on either side of the spine so that there is, it's almost a guideline that you want to keep your 2 covers about 1/4 inch away from the spine, so it allows it to fold easily. And it also helps to hold hold the spine in and make a nice crease. So again, I put the score tape all around the chipboard pieces and then ATG tape in the side. And this is going to leave you about a 1/2 inch all the way around the covers so that you can finish covering your book. It gives you a nice space. You want to make sure that your chipboard is 4 1/4 in the long way and 4 inches high vertically, and line up with the spine. By doing 4 by 4 1/4 instead of 4 by 4, it just allows for the tags a little bit better. They don't stick out of the side, they're actually incorporated in the book. So now I take my 1/4 inch score tape, I go all the way around the outside of that border, and there's really not a lot of room to do anything else. I run a little bit of ATG up the side, but that's going to keep it adhered. I cut the diagonal on all 4 corners, leaving about an 1/8 inch between the chipboard and the diagonal line. Now I just use my desk to make that straight fold, which I've done in all my videos, tutorials, and it really does a good job. I do the long sides first, tuck the corners in, and then do the short side the same way. And it looks pretty good. Tuck the sides in and fold over. Okay, now probably the hardest part of this whole ordeal is putting the spine on in the right place and straight. So the first thing you do is, like, the most important thing ever is to use the strongest adhesive that you own on this. You want it strong but flexible. Wet glue is strong enough, but I've done it before, and it really doesn't give the flexibility that you need for the hinges. So I just recommend the score tape. And I'm out of 1/2 inch score tape, so I'm struggling with this 1/4 inch. I've never actually bought anything bigger than 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch usually does me well for this application. So after that, you just peel off all the score tape, and you see that I did run a vertical strips on basically every hinge, and then a horizontal strip on the top and bottom. And then I line up the hinge between, well, on the spine, and then leaving about an 1/8 inch gap at the top and bottom. Once I make sure it's straight and in the correct position, I use my, that was that Cricut tool to kind of smash it down into that seam there, and then just work it around. So that is your cover and spine. I hope you guys come back for the tutorials on the pages. And if you guys have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to contact me by leaving a comment below, or emailing me at scrappingposh@gmail.com, or any other method you can find to get a hold of me. I appreciate all the views and likes and comments, and I am at 909 subscribers right now. So you guys, I am waiting for 1,000 subscribers for my giveaway. So I hope you all subscribe and will be part of that to come. So again, I thank you very much, and you will see a link here for the tutorial for Mini Album A. I thank you very much. Have a great day.